Welcome, everyone, to episode 134 of 1 Hour, 1 Decision, 1H1D. I'm Chris.
And I am Tom.
And we take 60 minutes and sometimes play a random game, but this time we are joined by our prestigious guests. We have the Elder Troll Gaming Podcast. We got Nate, we got Jono, we got Dandolph the Wise. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Good. Great.
So glad to be here.
Yeah, good to be here. I was actually
Thanks for
just
having us on the show, guys.
yeah. Nate texted me. I was like, oh yeah, I like lost track of the time. I was actually playing Diablo.
Okay.
Diablo stealing our lives.
Yeah.
yes, it is for some of us. Well, and in this episode, we are going to be talking about the game that you brought to us, which was Exoprimal. So this game was developed by Capcom, came out back in, July of 2023. So,
Brand new.
It's
wow.
relatively new.
I was going to check the time. I was going to check the year. I was like, how old is this? Now I know.
Now you know. And this game on PC clocked in at 48.35 gigabytes. Tom, what about you?
I've got 45.8 gigabytes on the Series S. So tremendous savings.
Tremendous indeed.
Nice.
So I'm going to throw this to the Elder Trolls in general. What is the game? What kind of game is this?
I would say it's like a
Who wants to
third
take it?
person. I'll say I'm going to say it was a third person like wave shooter, team wave shooter. Kind of like remember Gears of War had like the waves. It's kind of like that, but there's like stages that you progress along the match.
Yeah.
And there's a PvE mixed with a little bit of PvP towards the end of the match.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty unique actually. I've never really
It reminds me
seen that.
of those old arcade shooters. You're just shooting things. and
Yeah.
Right beside your
like
partner.
wave. Yeah, like
Like just the wave shooters and just like da-da-da-da-da-da.
Wow.
I feel like that was maybe
very-
because it was a Capcom game. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
why. I feel like that was why. I was like, this seems like a
Yeah.
Capcom kind of arcade game.
Mhm.
Yes, 100%. I mean, you that was very descriptive, Jono. I just put third person co-op shooter. That's what I put down in my notes.
That works.
And I was right there with you, Chris. So
That works.
So, yeah, that's that. We'll go with that. What about that game loop, Tom? What did you get? What did you get for that game loop?
I have killed dinosaurs to complete objectives faster than the opponent team, win those matches to advance the plot.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right.
I just put
Yeah.
shoot dinosaurs in an area. That's all I
Yeah.
said.
It's a dino call.
Yeah.
Poor dinosaurs.
How much of a
man.
loop?
It's not. Well, I mean, that was the loop. That's what I saw. That's what I thought. Anyway, yeah. So that's cool. Now let's get into those likes, guys. What do we like about this game?
Who's going first?
I'll go first. I like the fact that you can choose to do the story or not. Like you can actually just keep playing matches and completely ignore the story because you can just go progress it whenever you want, as long as you've completed the matches enough to unlock that much of it. You know what I mean? Because it's a separate part of the game, of the menu that you go to for the story,
Right.
and you don't even need to go there. Like if you want to just keep playing the game, you can just keep playing matches. But that was pretty cool, and there seems to be a pretty good variety in terms of spec and characters. So that I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't really get to go into it much after only 1 hour, but yeah, that's what I
that's
liked
right.
from it.
I forgot to ask you. Did everyone just play an hour, or did you guys?
Yeah.
I played like an hour and a half or something like
I
that.
played like 7-8 hours.
No.
Hey, that's not how it
I'm
works,
just joking.
man.
Yeah. I had it on I was playing during work, and I got a call, so I had to like stop the timer, and then I had to
timed it.
redo it. So I may have played like an hour and a half, like
Okay.
because I was off on the call while it was paused, just in
Felt
case Chris looked at my Xbox time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt I had to play it a little longer because there's a lot of cutscenes towards the beginning, and it's like very cinematic for the first little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this game does look pretty good, all things considered. They use the RE engine, I believe, right? Or the same one that they're using for the Resident Evil remakes and stuff like that. From what I understand.
Yes.
Cool.
Didn't know that.
So it was pretty good. I mean, that engine's done some pretty fantastic work already. And one of the things I love co-op shooters, so I'm glad that this game allows you to play with your friends.
Yeah.
Although after a little bit of a tutorial, which I guess I understand, but yeah, there is cooperative play here. And and like you said, John, the variety of play styles is nice because the different mechs, different exosuits, and stuff like that. Tom, what else did you like about this?
Pretty much most of the things I have down here are covered, which is good. I thought it had pretty comprehensive settings, which allows you to kind of dial in your preferences, which I think is always good.
Yeah.
I like the absurd plot. I mean, it has a plot. You can totally skip it, but you're
I had no idea
in
what's going
exosuits
on.
shooting dinosaurs. Like this game is ridiculous. So
there's like multiple.
That's what I have down.
There's like multiple universes that,
Yeah.
that you're like traveling
Yeah.
to or being sent to.
I
was
wasn't.
Yeah.
What
I
is
couldn't
happening?
double down.
Together.
Yeah.
Yet. After an hour, I did. I didn't like. I liked that. There's, I honestly wasn't expecting the whole cutscene thing and all these different characters, and I don't know why that was, because maybe I was under some impression that it was more arcade-like, so I wasn't like almost instance-based, where there wasn't really anything going on with characters and stuff. But I definitely found it weird, like with the whole AI Leviathan thing.
Yeah.
It was unsettling. I actually didn't like it. Maybe because it's just hitting too close to home these days with the whole AI thing. I was like, this is creepy.
The other thing was how the AI robots or like the or whatever AI they had mouths, but they never moved.
Mhm,
So that
mhm.
was a little creepy too. So
Yeah, it was not a nice feeling.
Yeah.
How'd you like the character creation? I found my guy. My guy looked identical to my Grand Theft Auto 5 guy, like literally
Really?
identical. I was like, wow, it's exactly him. Except for in GTA, I had cornrows, obviously.
Yeah, it was a good character customization. Like it gave you presets. It didn't get too crazy where you get lost in the customization nonsense that there is.
Yeah.
No, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
I chose a preset. My guy looked like John Stamos with a huge ponytail.
What else did you like, Dandolph?
Honestly, the actual I played with Deadeye for my hour. That's the character. I liked how there was kind of like, well, the variety in the classes themselves, and I did personally. I tried, because you know how they get you to try all the different classes in training or whatever. I actually like Deadeye the most in terms of the skills, I think, and because I love that grenade rifle attachment.
Yeah.
And I found it so useful during my first match that I played online, which I won with my team. So I was like,
Against
I'm going to
bots.
quit while I'm ahead. So at the hour mark, I won my first game using Deadeye. So I thought I loved that character. And I went through the skins and stuff, and they had some really cool skins for I guess for unlocking later.
There is
some
a battle
really
pass of
cool
some
ones.
kind.
They didn't have too many to choose from either, so it wasn't like this overwhelming archive of them either.
Yeah.
So those are some things that I liked personally, just from the hour I've played.
Yeah. And kind of touching base on, I think John or maybe Nate mentioned this, that the idea of the game is 5 versus 5, but you're also like competing with AI as well. And I thought that was pretty unique in a way to kind of be competitive, but also be cooperative. And
So
it was
you're
interesting.
fighting AI against other people, which is weird.
Yeah.
But like you're
they're doing
race.
the
Like
same thing
they're doing
as
the
you
same
are
thing
until you get to the end.
in parallel.
Yeah.
And you have
Right.
to race. Yeah. It's like a DPS race almost.
Yeah. Yeah,
Damn
for sure.
race.
Although Tom does have one more thing that no one pointed out, which I think he should bring up here.
I definitely will, Chris. You get to play as a dinosaur.
Yes.
It's only a summon, but it's still hecka cool. So
I
That
love
was
haven't tried
dinosaurs,
it. I didn't get
so-
to try it
Yeah.
outside the training. Yeah, that was cool in the training. Just stomping
Yeah.
around.
Oh, I forgot
It was
about
pretty
that,
ridiculous.
Yeah, that was
Pretty
ridiculous.
ridiculous. But this game doesn't shy away from that at all.
No.
But let's not shy away from our dislikes now. So let's go into that. So who's going to start?
Looks like Nasty
take this
Nate's
one.
got a thought.
That price tag, boys. Oh my god.
What? How much is it?
It's $80 Canadian.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
But free on Game Pass.
It's free on Game Pass.
Yeah,
but
if you're not playing this on
if
Game
you're not
Pass,
playing this on Game Pass, ouch.
Shh.
Like
you must be a
when
huge Capcom fan.
Yeah, it must be
Yeah.
a huge Capcom fan because like it screams free to play to me. You know, like all that stuff in there screams free to play. It in the first hour, in the couple of hours I've played, like I would not have spent $80 on that. You know what I mean? So
And there's like a battle pass that you would have to buy separately. no?
yeah, on top of that too. Right?
What?
Yeah. So that kind of irked me. I'm so glad that it was on Game Pass for me.
What
to try
would
out.
you pay, Nathaniel? What would be the max? What would be the max all of you
What
would
you
pay for this game?
What would you pay
I
for
would
this?
pay $30 Canadian.
Yeah,
That's
max.
like $10
Max.
American.
yeah, $10
$30.
American
Wow.
max.
Ouch.
Amazing. Find it on some Steam sale right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't know that it was worth 80, man. I just feel bad now. Like that's not. I don't think that's feasible.
No, that's but what I didn't like is I don't know if you guys have already set up a Capcom ID,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it was awful to
Yeah.
set that up.
Yes, it was bad.
It was
took
so
me out.
bad.
I had to go around.
Yeah, that was about
dumb.
20 minutes of my hour that I played for the show.
That was really dumb. Yeah.
I prepped. I mean, I had a feeling there was going to be this whole like whole rigmarole with getting all that stuff set up. So I was like, that's not going to count in my hour.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm actually going to only count the first playthrough. But it was it was pretty ridiculous how long it took because like you set up the Capcom ID and then you had to connect it to your Microsoft account, and then you're like, oh, okay, now you're finally able to go. And it's like, okay.
And then I got an error during mine that was like,
Of course you did.
error authenticating.
No internet.
You hit back. No, not this time. It was like you hit the back button while authenticating. I was like, no, I didn't. So I had to go back, resend the verification email, and basically do it all again.
Oof.
So that was fun.
That's rough. That's rough. Oh, what else? Who else got some dislikes here?
Let's hear it.
I got a few. I got more than I do likes.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, but they're just little things, you know.
Fire them off.
Okay, let me start with this drives me nuts, okay? This is probably my biggest one, actually. Because I kind of got triggered as I was writing it, like it kept compounding. So it was that I found it really stupid that the main character has like facial expressions and gestures and a personality, but he doesn't friggin' speak.
No.
He just give the player a voice. What are you doing? How much more could it have required? You know, I just thought that was really dumb. If you're gonna make him do all this,
he's like, ooh.
That's exactly what it made. It made it even more so like my GTA 5 character. It's just like,
just give him a voice actor, write some lines, hire a guy to do it. Like your Capcom, you can pull it off.
Or really go in on the AI thing and give it an AI voice.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
just use one of those things.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
That was
simulate
one of
someone
them.
else's voice with AI.
Get sued.
Oh, totally get sued by that. But
you know what? Actually, you know what? Let's leave it at that. That was my biggest thing in that hour played. I told you I really didn't like the whole AI overlord thing. It was weird. I was playing and he's just like, team who wins objectives wins bonus existence. And I was like, what? Oh, what's that mean? Bonus existence? Like, I get to live longer? That's weird. And it's like, he's like, I have awarded the enemy team a dominator. I'm like, it's like, is this all just AI Leviathan having fun with us in this weird world?
Yeah.
Anyway, it was way too real. That was my last point. I think those were the two big ones that
real.
You know,
This is
but
gonna happen
again,
soon.
that's just like part of the game. But what I didn't really like was the whole no voice thing for the character. Drives me nuts.
yeah. Tom, what about you?
Ditto to everything that's been said so far. Most of my bullet points have been said, which is good. I really can't stand the whole publisher thing, so I'm with you there. Like every single one of these publishers needs to have their own sign-in ID, and then it's going to be married with something. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys experienced this, but I felt like all the menu systems were designed to be navigated with the mouse. And so it was like really awkward to do it with the controller. To the point where like I'm like mousing around the screen with the Xbox controller and I'm like, yuck, this is gross.
Yes.
Don't do this.
Yeah. I played on PC. I don't know.
I played on both. Like I had to go between the two for reasons I'll get to, but keep going, Tom.
There was a ton amount of like just downtime, which I think everybody said, from setting up the publisher thing to setting up the game to watching cinematics, and then like loading screens when the things finally, like the game finally starts going. So there's a lot of like just waiting around for the game, and then like, you know, connecting to a server and stuff like that too, right? So, and I guess the only other thing, which is a big point for me, which is I don't like playing multiplayer games, and you have to play the whole damn game multiplayer. That's totally not my thing. And then the one thing I really got excited about, which is playing as a dinosaur, is really hard because the dinosaur is clunky as hell. Like it's so hard to control.
Yeah. When I was like trying to fight things, it was like missing them. It was just like
just running into walls. It's like turn around.
Like, what are you biting, man? He's right in front of you. Just bite him.
They can't see, man. Their eyes are on right here.
It's true.
That's true. And if they're not moving, they can't see them.
Like a bird, like a chicken.
It'd be cool if they implemented that in the game for you, so you could just see what's at the side of the dinosaur's head.
You have to turn
There's
your
a big
head.
black strip down the middle of the monitor.
That'd be amazing. That would be amazing.
Wow, that would be stupid. It'd be like Dino Sim.
Sim Dinosaur.
Oh man, the one thing, like especially with the competitive objective stuff, right? The fact that the only way, like as you're doing the race part of it, there was no like UI or anything that tells you how far you're behind the other team, other than the AI just like yelling at you saying you're doing terrible, like do better. It's like that was the horrible part.
There was a thing at the top.
I think it flashes there.
There was a thing at the top, but I had no idea how to decipher it.
Yeah.
No, it flashes. Like if you looked around while the AI said that, I believe you could see the other team's ghosts and where they are on the map in relation.
Okay.
To you.
Yeah.
So
they showed ghosts
like
just like in a racing game or whatever.
Yeah, you could see
but like,
where they are.
Yeah, but you had a counter of like how many raptors you took down or how many of the pterodactyls, whatever they called them. But like it would have been nice for me to see like another.
Oh, there's no real time
right?
comparison.
Yeah, so that would have been useful at least. Yeah. I don't know. I just
kept playing the level, and I was like, just keep killing things and just try to get it done, and we won. So I don't know.
Keep nading those dinos.
That's what I used the grenade, dude. I was just tossing bombs and like fire things. And I was like, I want to fight more people. That's my dislike. It was like I wanted to fight against more people more. Yeah. Like I wanted to test my mettle against my fellow man rather than the AI champion.
Yeah, there we go.
But it didn't really happen that much.
And I don't know about you guys, but I felt like the shooting outside of the special moves, which I thought were pretty cool, the shooting felt kind of sterile. Like it was just like I didn't feel like I was making an impact on things. Like the reticle would change color if it killed something, but other than that, it was like, oh, okay. I felt like it was Dynasty Warriors, but like for dinosaurs.
I had that written down. It was like, this game may be enjoyable for people who love that kind of Dynasty Warriors thing, or like I even had written down. Do you guys remember that game
called
Lost
again?
Planet by Capcom?
Oh, yeah.
Lost Planet?
I never played that one.
Lost Planet.
Very cool game.
Planet is a Capcom game. Yep.
Yeah, very cool game. It's very similar in terms of it's kind of that style, like with the gun, like the reticle and the over the shoulder kind of thing, but it just felt similar. So, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah. But we've already talked about the AI being a creep. I don't get the story at all. It is very odd. Why am I even doing? Like, why are people like actually trying to do this? Because it almost seems like you could just like ignore this whole crazy AI and just move on with your life. Like
AI.
No, I think he keeps putting you into these arenas.
to gather data. Like he's pulling fighters from different universes, I guess, like parallel universes, fight in these war games, so he can gather data of some kind for something, which I assume will be revealed maybe later in the plot. Maybe not.
It must be what the Capcom ID is doing as well. So
there was
gathering data.
There was a line about, I don't know if you guys heard this, but I heard it just before I quit. There was a line about destroying Leviathan. So there may be a plot to take down the AI entity. I don't know, but I heard it and I was like, oh, that was weird. But I had to go.
I'll turn it off.
Well, it makes sense. It's like, well.
It was just very. Wow. It was a very like summer blockbuster like movie kind of vibe to it at all through all of it.
Oh, like Pacific Rim or something.
Yeah,
like Michael Bay.
It's just a horrible movie.
Wait, which one? Pacific Rim?
Yeah, I hate it.
Tom loves it. Uh-oh.
That's not what this episode's about, so I'll just keep my mouth shut.
All right. Anything else that you guys want to bring up about dislikes before we go to our other thoughts here?
Just a quick one. I said there was a graphical thing happening to me on PC where everything was like over sharpened, and I didn't see any kind of sharpening setting in game. And it was really bad looking. So I moved to the Series S, where they like softened it because of the upscaling, I guess, that's happening, and it kind of looked nicer to me on the TV.
I feel like I've seen that with a bunch of Capcom games.
That's weird.
Yeah,
like it was on PC. It's like super sharp.
Actually, maybe I did kind of notice that now that you mention it.
On Xbox, I noticed it because I went into my TV settings. I was like, "Is my sharpness turned up?"
Yeah,
and I was like 0. So.
But when I played on the Series S, it was fine. And I was like, oh, yeah. And I was on the couch, and I was like, this is where I'm supposed to play this.
Low res.
But again, like what Tom was saying, the whole menu thing was garbage. Trying to get around that menu. Oh, my God.
Did you guys find the sensitivity too dang high?
Oh, yeah. I changed that like instantly.
Okay. Absolutely. All right. That was my other one. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I had to crank it down to like 0.2 or something. 0.2.
Decimal places. What's going on here? Yeah. All right. So other thoughts here. According to How Long to Beat, they say it takes about 23 hours to beat the campaign. I thought that campaign was over after like that first hour.
I had here 8 hours max. Yeah. I was like, no way, it's going past 8 hours. 23 hours.
Wow. That's nuts. Wow. And online co-op up to 10 people, which is of course the 5 versus 5 and whatnot. Xbox cloud saves and play anywhere, which is always good because if you buy it on Xbox, you can play it on your PC as well. So that's great. And this game has cross-platform and cross-gen multiplayer. So pretty impressive what Capcom did, though. Even for the 80 Canadian dollars that you paid for it. So.
More than I guess. This is a cross-gen, cross-platform, cross-progression.
Yeah.
What else are you?
Pretty nice.
I wish more games had that. It's unfortunate.
That's true.
It's hard. It's hard to find games that do that.
Yeah. Because I'm sure it just costs a lot more to do all that stuff too.
We're constantly trying to find games to play that are cross, both cross-gen, cross-platform. It's very annoying.
Yeah.
I just like to play anywhere. Like I don't have to buy it twice.
Yeah.
Like Diablo.
Oof.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That's my big one. If I buy it there, I want to be able to play it here. That would be really cool.
Maybe one day after the acquisition completes. So, Tom, you have some other thoughts here?
Yes.
I guess you kind of do it.
You touched on one of the things, which is that the game uses the RE engine, which was built for Resident Evil 7, but was then used for Devil May Cry 5, Monster Hunter Rise, and even the newest Street Fighter 6.
Nice.
So that might explain some of the other feature savings that they've got in there because they're using this engine that they're very comfortable with. And I did want to note that speaking of both Street Fighter 6 and Monster Hunter Rise, that Capcom is doing crossovers with both games. So there's cyborg skins for Ryu and Guile that are going to be in there. And there are doing stuff with Monster Hunter Rise that they haven't discussed yet. But it's Capcom, right? So they've got all these licenses and they can just blend them all together. So that's cool.
Yeah,
I did
for
see
sure.
some Street Fighter characters in there. I do remember that.
The one I don't know if anyone played Dino Crisis, but did the girl that is in your crew look like the Dino Crisis girl?
All I remember is the case, like the cover
chick?
of the case, and she does look like her.
Yeah, like she had the red hair, like short red hair. Like I swear that. Anyway,
Dino Crisis.
Wow, I haven't heard that name
don't remember.
in ages. Dino Crisis.
I know people have been wanting remakes of that too.
Isn't that what they thought?
Yeah.
They were like,
That's
"Oh,
like it.
Exoprimal, give us Dino Crisis."
I'm so mad.
Oh yeah. Wow.
I remember when I first saw the trailer for this Exoprimal, I was like, "What are they smoking? What is this?"
Yeah.
Honestly,
wasn't it at one of the game fests or somewhere?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I was just like, what?
Yeah, they tried to push it a couple of times earlier this year. And the one thing I thought for some reason this game was going to be like Monster Hunter, where it was like you're fighting big dinosaurs and like maybe little things like that here and there. But so be it. But we have to give everyone our final decision, don't we? But before we do that, though, we do want to thank our sponsor, cdkeys.com, for helping us support the show and doing all that great stuff. Check them out at cdkeys.com. And the link at the bottom of the podcast description and YouTube description. So, yes, check it out. CD Keys, 90% off of some games and some Game Pass stuff, too. So, nice. Good stuff.
I tried to use your code, but since I'm in Canada, it didn't work.
Oh, okay. So minus Canada then. Sorry, Canadian folks.
Yeah.
So, but we do need to find out everyone's final decision here. So, I'll start with Nate. What is your final thoughts?
I liked it. I'll jump in like if I have a half an hour before I have to like go to dinner or something, right? And I want to just get some gaming in, I'll throw it on and I'll blast a match out. And it feels good. I like shooting dinosaurs, like endless hordes of dinosaurs. I like shooting them. And it felt good to me. Just like after getting through all that crap and just getting into a match, I just like jumping around, shooting things. I love the way the exos look, like the designs of them. And that alone just kept me wanting to see what my character is going to look like with a new skin and all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of into that, So, yeah, I liked it.
He's already bought all the microtransactions. What
He's bought every single skin.
What are you doing?
He's crying at home.
He's 3D printing a suit for himself and everything.
Just a helmet, at least.
Oh god,
amazing.
Oh, my God.
Jono, what about you?
I got no time for this game. I'm not playing it. The only way I would play it is if like we had like 4 people playing it, kind of thing. But I will not continue playing it. I don't think.
Okay, and Dale.
Yeah, I think same. I'm not, again, I'm not really a huge online player either. I'm not entirely opposed to it, but I was like, oh shit, I gotta play it online with like other people, and then like, what if I'm horrible? Blah blah blah. But I played it anyway.
Yourself.
It was okay. I can't see myself playing more than a couple hours. And I made a joke before saying, I said that about Train Simulator, but then I played like 3 or 4 hours of that. So I don't know, but I don't think that I would play. I just don't think I would continue this because, like, again, for that $80 and thing, let's say if I did buy it and for what the game actually is, I don't know.
You'd be forced to play it if you bought it for $80.
Yeah, that would be awful.
You'd be like, oh, I better play this.
Awful. No. I don't think I would pick this game back up. But it was fun for the time that I did play it, at least for now. So,
Tom, how about you?
I think we've all kind of said this. I didn't spend a lot of my hour actually playing the game. But that said, the taste that I got of playing the game was enough to encourage me to keep playing it. So I do think I'm at least going to give it another hour because I know that hour will be spent playing the actual game. And then I think I'll make a judgment call from there, whether or not I keep at it.
Wow.
But I liked it. I liked it. I liked it. It just was there was front loaded way too much setup time.
Yeah.
Right.
The Michael Bay plot. Got it. Yeah. For me, I kind of just touched on this already, but I thought this was going to be a Monster Hunter game with exosuits. I was like super excited about that, but then realized it was more Overwatch than that.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't really like Overwatch, and that was my problem. I think I'm gonna. I might give it another shot. Once they iron out, because it is a live service game. There's going to be some stuff they're going to add and patch or whatever it is. So maybe a year down the line, maybe I'll go back to it. Maybe if it's still on Game Pass. But until then, I am passing on this game though.
Oh, you know what they did too? I know they give you the choice of doing PvP versus PvE. Remember that?
Yeah.
But they don't give you extra XP or anything for doing the PvP. Like you should get a bonus or an incentive to play.
You
PvP.
do. You get bonus existence.
Oh, do you?
I don't know.
Your existence time has been added, like on the watch from that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like that either. It's like, okay, I want to play against people and I want to be rewarded for that, but they don't. You may as well just play against the PvE and you get the same XP. So what's the point?
What is the point indeed? But guys, thank you so much for coming on the show, and please let everyone know where they can find you lovely folks.
Who's got this?
Man, Nate, you're the socials guy.
Okay. Well, you can find us on pretty much every streaming platform: Spotify, Apple, YouTube. We're not very big on Twitch yet. But I'm cooking up something that might fill the Twitch void. But yeah, it's Elder Trolls Gaming Podcast. You can search that everywhere on those socials, and we will pop up.
We are
Instagram,
Elder Trolls Gaming.
Twitter.
Yes, Elder Trolls Gaming Podcast.
Elder Trolls Gaming. Yeah. But that's pretty much it. We're on Twitter, also Instagram.
Yeah.
Just, at Elder Trolls Pod on Twitter. I think that's probably the more active place we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, come drop us a line. Check out the show.
Yeah.
Leave a comment.
Yeah. Just definitely check out the show. It is funny to watch it. Hearing the banter from you guys. So
we get a little heated sometimes, but
yeah.
But and tech. I mean, you guys talk about tech stuff, which I appreciate too. So
yeah. We're big. We're big into technology we're big into technological, we call it eye pleasure, like OLED visual pleasure, screens, sound, like fidelity. I would say fidelity.
Yeah, okay.
We're fans of fidelity.
There you go.
Fidelity fans. Yeah.
Fidelity fans. There it is. There's the alliteration that we needed. All right. But before we go, we do need to find out what we're playing next, don't we, Tom?
Yes. Very important.
Indeed. So we are going to hit that surprise button and find out what we're playing. Here we go. Oh, it is Moonlighter.
Yeah. Ooh. Great game. You guys are going to like this one, I think.
We'll see about that, Nate. That's going to be our next episode. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
guys.